Welcome to Dark Psychology World. Today, I will share with you 37 dark psychological tricks. In this series, I'll explore subtle techniques that can influence interactions and shape perceptions. This is a channel to learn how to grow your mind. Career tips, life tips, love tips, and interesting psychological facts. If you are interested in this kind of content, you are welcome to subscribe to this channel so you won't miss the next mind growth video. Get ready to unlock the secrets of the human mind and enhance your social toolkit. Let's dive in. Trick 1. The agreement lead-ins start a conversation with something you're sure the other person will agree with. Then subtly shift the topic to what you really want to discuss, framing it as a question that nudges them towards agreement. It's a slow game, but if you're careful, you can guide someone to agree with almost anything without them even realizing it. Trick 2. The power of thanks. This one's super simple. Just thank people for the little things, even stuff you wouldn't normally thank someone for. Once they get used to your constant appreciation, skip the thanks a couple of times. You'll see them go out of their way to get that praise back. Working at a coffee shop, you consistently thank customers for even the smallest interactions, like passing you an empty cup. When you suddenly stop thanking them, they notice and try to do more to earn your praise. Trick 3. Fill the silence. Want to know something? Just ask and then wait. People hate silence and will often spill the beans just to fill it. It's a great way to get information, or if you're not really interested, let them do all the talking while you zone out. At a social gathering, when you want to learn someone's secret, you ask a question and then remain silent. They feel uncomfortable and start talking to fill the awkward silence. Trick 4. The unreasonable. If someone's playing coy about giving you specific info, like how much something costs, throw out a wild guess. They'll usually correct you with the exact figure, embarrassed they pretended not to know. When you want to know the price of a course but the provider is evasive, you suggest an absurdly low price. They quickly correct you with the actual price, embarrassed for pretending not to know. Trick 5. The good news flip. Ever share good news only to have someone overstate it, making you downplay your own success? It's a subtle way to take the wind out of your sails. When you tell your parents about a promotion, they might overstate your achievement, forcing you to downplay your success and dampening your excitement. Trick 6. The silent treatment. When someone's rude, just stay silent and stare. It makes them super uncomfortable and they'll often switch to being polite just to break the tension. But hey, don't try this with aggressive folks or in unsafe situations. It's for mature adults in safe environments only. For example, when a colleague is rude to you, you choose to remain silent and stare at them. This makes them uncomfortable and often forces them to become polite. Trick 7. The honest liar. Want to be a master deceiver? Build a reputation for honesty. The more people trust you, the easier it is to pull the wool over their eyes when you need to. For example, if you're known for being honest among friends when you need to lie, people are more likely to believe you because they're already convinced of your honesty. Trick 8. The unfazed statue. You're in a debate and your opponent is getting increasingly agitated. Instead of reacting, you maintain a calm demeanor, giving them nothing but a neutral stare. This often leads to them calming down or losing focus. Trick 9. The power of wording. A salesperson asks how much you're willing to spend on a car. Instead of giving a number, you ask, isn't it about finding the right car rather than the price? This shifts the focus and often leads to a better deal. Trick 10. Faking emotions. Mimicking emotions can be powerful. If you can act happy, you can convince others you're in high spirits, even when you're not. It's all about controlling how others see you. Example, if you're having a bad day but need to attend a social event, put on a smile and engage in light conversation to maintain a positive facade. Trick 11. Predictable randomness. During a game night, you notice that players often avoid choosing the middle card when asked to pick one at random. You place your least valuable card in the middle to use this pattern to your advantage. Trick 12. Mirroring magic. In a negotiation, you subtly mimic the body language of the other person to build rapport. When they lean in, you do the same, creating a nonverbal agreement that often leads to a more favorable outcome. Trick 13. The sunk cost fallacy. You've been waiting for an hour at a restaurant, but when the food finally arrives, it's not what you ordered. Instead of accepting it because you've waited so long, you decide to speak up and request the correct order. Trick 14. The silent negotiator. You receive a job offer with a salary lower than expected. Instead of responding immediately, you pause for a moment. This silence prompts the employer to reconsider and often come back with a better offer. Trick 15. The need for recognition. People crave recognition, acceptance, and appreciation. It costs us nothing to offer these, yet entire empires have risen and fallen over such desires. Even when people sense they're being manipulated, they'll often overlook it for the sake of feeling valued. Trick 16. The art of distraction. In retail, I've learned a neat trick. hand someone an item while they're talking and they'll often pocket it without realizing. Later, they'll forget you gave it to them. It's a fascinating psychological phenomenon, but remember to wait until they're done talking before handing them anything important. Trick 17. Favors and appreciation. Want someone to like you? Ask them for small favors and show genuine appreciation when they help. It's like positive reinforcement for dogs. Treats work wonders. Food is a powerful motivator, after all. Trick 18. The favor exchange. To help someone who's too proud or doesn't want to impose, I ask them for a favor first. It could be as simple as asking how they solved a problem, then repaying the favor by showing them a cool trick or a more efficient method. It's a way to make them feel helpful and valued. Trick 19. The bookstore shuffle. Working at a bookstore, I had to reshelve books left around by customers. To avoid the hassle, I'd start a conversation with a coworker and hand them a pile of books while maintaining eye contact. They'd take the pile every time, and I'd walk away before they realized. Trick 20. Kill M with kindness. Being overly friendly can disarm aggressive behavior. I had a customer who was always rude on the phone. Once I started being super friendly, she couldn't find a way to be rude. This doesn't work on everyone, but it's worth a try. And always be nice to customer support. They remember and appreciate it. Trick 21. The desk deterrent. If someone's bothering you at your desk too often, continue the conversation but walk them back to their desk. I had a boss who was a master at this. You'd find yourself back at your desk without even realizing how you got there. Trick 22. The power of repetition. People tend to believe something if they hear it repeatedly, even if it contradicts what they know. That's why control over the news is so crucial for governments. They shape what we hear over and over. Trick 23. The experiment of suggestion. In high school, my sociology class had us conduct experiments. My group, a bunch of antisocial rebels, decided to test the power of suggestion. We chose 3 classmates, one popular, one not, and a middle ground control. To the popular girl, we expressed concern about her looking pale. To the unpopular guy, we encouraged him to speak up more. The control just got a casual, "How's your day?" By day's end, the girl went home sick, the guy became more vocal, and the control was unchanged. We got in trouble for unethical behavior, but our teacher was impressed and let us off with an apology to our subjects. Trick 24. Favors and friendships. Asking for favors can make people like you more. It sounds counterintuitive, but it works. So, occasionally ask your boss for small personal favors. And for a sneaky trick, if you want someone neutral to think well of you, be slightly rude, then apologize the next day, blaming a bad day. They'll likely end up with a positive opinion of you. Trick 25. The gymnast's mind game. As a college gymnast, we'd mess with the newbies' heads. Right before competition, we'd compliment their trick and casually ask when they breathed during it. It threw them off every time. Trick 26. The art of listening. People love talking about themselves. Ask about their lives, show interest, and you'll build relationships where they know nothing about you, yet feel close to you. It's like they're sharing with a version of themselves, not a stranger. Trick 27. The mind game. In a competitive setting, if you spot your opponent is new or anxious, casually ask, "Feeling nervous?" Even throw in a yawn to seem disinterested. It's a classic move to psych them out in games like Street Fighter, especially if they're not too confident to start with. Trick 28. The art of lying. The best way to lie? Don't. Let the other person draw their own conclusions, then just agree. That way, when you do need to lie, they're more likely to believe you because you've built up a reputation for honesty. Trick 29. The reverse card. Dealing with a manipulative partner? Challenge their vague statements. If they say, "Everyone thinks we're great together," ask for names. When they can't provide any, suggest someone who might say such things and offer to verify. It's amusing to see them squirm. Trick 30. The breathing tactic. In the middle of a heated argument, ask the other person if they're okay because they're breathing hard. It'll throw them off, make them self-conscious about their breathing, and often end the argument. Trick 31. Self-deprecating humor. A little self-deprecating humor goes a long way. Don't overdo it, but showing you can laugh at yourself makes you more likable. Just keep it light to avoid bringing down the mood. Trick 32. The prank. Ever heard of the prank where you tell someone, "I don't care what blank says, I like you," then walk away? It's a quick way to see who's prone to drama or paranoia, though it's not the kindest trick in the book. Trick 33. Illusion of choice. In sales, we learned the illusion of choice. Instead of asking, "When can we meet?" ask, "Would morning or evening work better for you?" It gives people a sense of control while steering them towards your goal. Trick 34. The art of saying no. Ever worked retail? They teach you how to say no without actually saying no. Instead of "No, we can't do that," you say, "Our policy is XYZ." It's a game changer. People take it better even if they're not getting what they want. And guess what? It works wonders in everyday life too. Cuts down on all those, but why not questions? Trick 35, the thrill of the date. Here's a tip for your second or third date. Do something that gets the adrenaline pumping. Think haunted houses, roller coasters, or rock climbing. It mixes up nerves with excitement and makes you seem more attractive. And if you play it cool or comfort them, you're scoring major points. Trick 36, the polite brush-off. Had someone who just wouldn't leave you alone? I was volunteering once and this guy kept creeping on me. My friend and I tried everything to get him to back off. You know what worked? A smile, a wave, and a cheerful bye. It's like you're so sure they're leaving, they feel they have to. Works on bullies too. Trick 37, the power of suggestion. The power of suggestion is incredibly potent. Most people underestimate how this tool can affect others. For example, I had a sociology class in high school. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the art of psychological finesse. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Use these tricks wisely and ethically, and you'll not only improve your own experiences but also positively impact those around you. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. See you next time. Goodbye.